Hello, it is day 30 of Drop 'em 78, and we've got the Two of Cups here from Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot, and Houston has represented this card with a couple who appears to be well established in a relationship with emotional and mental harmony. He even says they probably think alike. The meanings for this card are pretty similar across the different historical cartomancers, and Houston saw this as a card of sympathy and attraction. For Atea, this was a card representing love, but also sincerity, friendship, goodwill, affection, and attraction, and probably my favorite is sympathy. The reversed meanings are similar, but with a tinge of possession to it, so jealousy, lust, desire, those kinds of things. And today I'm going to combine the detail and discovery parts of this challenge into a little dork out session on historical tarot. And my detail is these critters here, which we see also in the CBD tarot, the traditional TDM. They're often interpreted as fish or dolphins, which is valid, and they are represented sometimes as completely different animals, like lions in the Soprafino. But this structure here is also often interpreted as a caduceus, and that probably relates back to these animals as serpents or dragons. In antiquity, there wasn't a big distinction between serpents and dragons, so I often refer to these as serpents, even though in my mind I'm picturing dragons, because that's how they're often written about. And those are inspired by the pattern of cards from the Arabic world, which entered into Europe and gave rise to the European cards that we know today. The ones in existence now are the Mamluk or Mamluk cards, and those actually are predated by the earlier versions of that pattern, which entered Europe before those Mamluk cards even existed. And they were influenced by Persian art and playing cards, which were influenced by Chinese art and playing cards. So playing cards made a journey from China through Persian culture, through Arabic culture, and then into Europe. And we see that art influence all the way throughout. And I'll insert a picture of a couple of Persian dragons here, and you can see the influence of Chinese art in them. And you can also see the interesting nose structure that's really similar to the serpents or dragons that we see in the Two of Cups. And then I'll splice in a picture from the Mamluk cards, or Mamluk cards, where you can see how that art of the Persian dragon was stylized into a playing card design. And I will link in the description the source for the Mamluk image and a little bit of history on those cards by a creator who made a version of the Mamluk deck, but also a version of the earlier European deck influenced by the earlier Arabic style. I just love the added layer of healing and harmony of this structure as a caduceus brings to this card. It really is beautiful, and thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow.